What is up, everyone? Today I want to take a less formal approach in my video. We're going to go over the behind the scenes of what it's like to run a Pokemon business. We're going to talk about supply, we're going to talk about profits, how you can make money even when sealed product isn't available. We'll go over grading. We got a lot of content to cover. Let's get right into it. Get started. If this is your first time here on this channel, please do me a solid, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, click that notification bell, that way you're notified every time I upload new content. Now let's get into this. I got note cards today because I got a lot of information that I need to make sure I get across to everyone. Selling Pokemon is not a get rich quick kind of scheme. If that's what you're after, this is not the business for you. This is a lot of work. You're going to have a lot of long nights. You're going to wake up really early some mornings, taking care of a lot of orders, and then when releases come, you're going to be extremely busy fulfilling pre-orders, so just keep all that in mind. So let's start off by going over why I do this. I love Pokemon. I'm a collector first, and there's just something about this hobby that really just brings me back to my childhood, and I just can't get enough of that feeling, that nostalgic feeling that I get. And being able to do this and make money on the side, and someday maybe even do this full time, which would be amazing. But I just love being able to interact with customers and hear their stories about their childhood, or sharing this passion with their children. I love how Pokemon brings everyone together. It brings parents closer with their children, their grandparents. That's what Pokemon does as a community. So I've been doing this side hustle for about a year now, and I've had a lot of ups and downs with the market. 2020 has been incredibly crazy though. There has been some record high values all across the boards, whether it's sealed vintage product, singles, even modern product. It's just nuts. And one of the things that bothers me the most is the scalped pricing that you see on eBay and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand why modern prices are higher. So I want to go over that a little bit first. So prices aren't just this high right now in the market because of scalpers. That's not the only reason. Now they really don't help the market. I get that. And I definitely I don't like them just as much as many other collectors. I hate seeing some guy go to Walmart, buy off the whole shelf and flipping it, preventing children and parents from getting Pokemon. I definitely don't approve of it. But here's one of the top reasons why. The demand is just incredibly high, and it's not going down at all. The 25th anniversary is only starting. The hype is only starting, okay? Keep that in mind. Only starting. Pokemon can't keep up with printing enough. 2020 brought so many new collectors and investors to the market that Pokemon just cannot keep up with the demand at all. Alright, that is why prices are climbing so much. Alright, so you take a look at an online gaming store that used to always sell product at MSRP. Very rarely do you actually see that anymore, and that's because of the supply. They can't get enough product to fulfill other orders. So to make up for the loss of customers and the lack of product that they're getting, they have to inflate their prices to compete with these scalpers that are purchasing off of the market from big box retailers such as Target and Walmart. I just want to take a minute to show my display shelf. This is pretty much actually just my inventory that I have. I have a few things boxed away, but this is most of it, and that's actually because of the demand issue. Even though I am a licensed business owner and I have accounts with distributors, I still can't get product when I want. You go onto the distributor website and everything's almost always sold out. The only time you can get product is during pre-orders. when new products are coming out. Even then, they cut your orders after you make an order. Especially for being a newer seller, the more veteran people are able to get larger orders right now. And you're also, they take into account whether you're an online retailer or if you're a brick and mortar store. They actually will supply you more if you have a brick and mortar store, so keep that in mind. So you might be thinking to yourself, so what if other people are marking up their prices? If I got my stuff from distributors at distributor prices, why can't I ask for MSRP? Well, really, it comes back down to the scalper word, flippers, whatever you want to call it. All right, if I ask MSRP, all it takes is one person to ruin that for all the collectors out there. And I know to some people, they might not understand the terminology, the reason behind this, okay? But it just takes one person to ruin it. Now, they might not know my store right now. Maybe they're watching this video right now. Now they do know my store. But it just takes one person to ruin it, to realize they can get the product at MSRP and make some quick money without putting in all the hard work, which there's a lot of hard work with running a business. There's a lot of responsibility. There's fees, taxes, all sorts of stuff that you have to worry about. A scalper, a flipper, they cut corners. And when they're buying all this stuff at MSRP and jacking it up off of us, buying from small businesses that used to honor MSRP, they're making out better than the small business that actually does all the hard work and pays their taxes and their fees associated with owning a business. Okay, so let's say you can't get product. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to make money then? Well, you just gotta diversify your inventory, what it comes down to. That doesn't mean buy Magic the Gathering, buy Yu-Gi-Oh, or start getting into sports cards. By diversifying, you just want to offer different range of products now with Pokemon. So what I personally do is I like to actually advertise that I buy vintage cards. I buy out vintage collections, binder collections. Sealed product is not easy to find anymore without paying super jacked up prices on eBay. A lot of times, bigger stores already beat you to it when it comes to buying out lots, warehouses, whatever. So that, don't ever count on that. I mean, always keep your eyes open. It'd be great if you ever came across a nice Wizards of the Coast lot that was lost in some storage unit. So just because you can't get a hold of sealed product doesn't mean you don't have any means of producing inventory and making money. As you can see here, I have a bunch of singles out here. Some of this stuff can be easily found online. You can find some deals every now and then. You always just got to stay vigilant when it comes to this. Now, I lucked out. I actually purchased a lot of things back before the boom with the vintage stuff. Like, I actually got like a lot of like 12 non-holo rare first edition cards, which are all in near mint condition. If you've ever seen the price on a first edition Dragonite, if you got a PSA 10, it's like a $300, $400 card, even though it's not holo. There's a lot of money here, and this isn't sealed inventory. These are just cards I bought from collections. We got a secret rare Charmander here from Fire Red Leaf Green in near mint condition. One thing I cannot stress enough is market awareness. Pay attention to prices. You could check eBay sold listings by a day-by-day basis, and I really do recommend you check values all the time, because just because it might be one price one day and then the next it could be way lower or way more, so you got to know when to buy a card, when is the opportune moment. All right, sometimes this is a gamble. It really can be a gamble, but just use your head when doing this. And then always, what I like to do is look for cards that are worth grading in collections. I've recently got a binder collection that included these cards right here. All together, I got them all for about $300 for the binder collection. It had a bunch of vintage singles near mint. Actually, some of these were in there. Some of these cards are worth grading, and that's another way to maximize your profits. So let's talk about grading. Grading is essential for a lot of Pokemon-based businesses nowadays. All right, there are a lot of graded card collectors out there, and if you want to diversify your portfolio as much as possible and bring in the most diverse range of customers, grading is a must. But who do you choose? Who do you go with? Well, there are a lot of different collectors that collect different graded cards. So you have your die-hard PSA collectors, you have your die-hard Beckett collectors, and CGC is new in the Pokemon and Magic the Gathering grading, but they are not new graders. All right, so you are actually starting to see a huge popularity in CGC as well, mainly because the turnaround time is much better than PSA or Beckett. What's the best choice to go with when you're selecting a company to grade your cards with? Well, if you've watched my very first video that I've ever produced here on this channel, I actually did an unboxing of CGC. Now, CGC is a great choice to go with. They're very affordable, they have much quicker turnaround times than their competitors, and their cases look absolutely stunning. So we're trying to run a business here, so the real question is, can we actually move these cards graded by CGC? And the answer is yes and no. You are going to take quite a bit of a pay loss going with CGC versus PSA, but keep in mind the wait time is definitely a huge difference, if that really is the deciding factor for you. Now, I have some factual data here I'd like to share with you. I actually sold a CGC 6.5 Blastoise Unlimited from the base set for $275 around the boom of Pokemon back in September. At the same time, a PSA sold similar grade sold for $375. Okay, so that is a whole $100 difference. Now, modern day prices, we're looking at $160 to $150 for a CGC in the same grade and $275 with PSA. So what does that tell you? It doesn't just tell you that PSA sells for more money, but it actually shows that PSA actually holds value more when the market declines. So I actually did the math here, and CGC had about a 40% decrease in value after the market started correcting itself, but PSA only decreased about 26%. So out of the three companies, Beckett and PSA both have extraordinarily long wait times, and they're very, very pricey. All right, CGC is the only one of the three companies that has much quicker turnaround times and very fair pricing. Now, even though it might sound clear which is the better company to go with, keep in mind that PSA does not guarantee any of their turnaround times, and just to log in your order, it could take up to 3 to 4 months to log your order. So let's just say, for shits and giggles, you decide, well, I don't want to wait for my cards, but I want my cards to be worth the most money. Well, then your options are PSA Express, Express Plus, or walkthrough service. Just keep in mind, even paying extra for those services does not guarantee a specific turnaround time. Your express service is $75 a card, which is gonna really hurt your profit margins. And when you get your card back, it might not be worth what you thought it was when the market could have changed. All right, your Express Plus is $200 a card. You better have a first edition Shadowless card if you're going to be spending $200 a card, or maybe that special delivery Pikachu that might come back at PSA 10. And your walkthrough service is $500. $500! Now, I know I didn't really go over Beckett too much, but that's just because they're kind of in the same boat as PSA at this point, except most Beckett cards don't sell for as much as PSA, unless if you have a card that you're sure could be a black label card, which is perfect 10s all around, corners, edges, surface, centering. They're very hard to get. It's a prestigious card if you can actually get a black label, and it will sell for more than a PSA 10, but that's if you can get a black label 10. So at that point, you're supposed to be thinking about your best profit margins, and PSA, you're most likely going to profit the most. I'm gonna end this video with going over the rest of the office here. I have a light box where I like to take well-lit, high-resolution photos. I keep most of my shipping stuff over here. I always kind of pride myself on on the motto, you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So always try to stock up more shipping supplies than you need, because just keep in mind, you are running a business, a Pokemon business, okay? You are shipping products to customers, so you always need shipping supplies. It's not like you're not going to need it. I want to just thank everyone for showing your support. I really appreciate you for watching this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really means the world to me. I really hope this video was insightful for you. You came away from watching it with a lot of value, and understand the market maybe a little bit better now, or understand ways to profit better with the way the market is nowadays. All right. I'd like to produce a lot more content like this. We'll go into other aspects of running the business, different profit margins, different types of sealed products and stuff like that. We do openings. Maybe we'll do some live box breaks. I want to do a section based off of certifying vintage collectibles, maybe packs that are pulled from vintage products and such, that will be done here on the camera, and sealed with tamper seals. So we'll go into a little bit of all that. As always, everyone, I really appreciate the support. Let's make Lake Charizard and keep this passion burning.